Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Welcome back again, and it's just like a little update, really, of this, this a tragic shooting very close to Dumaguete, and what the police findings are right now. And this has only just been released a couple of hours ago. And what the police have got a couple of people of interest or persons of interest too. Now, the police findings, and I'm reading it, okay, or I have read it. It's the investigators stated that the house had no sign of break-in, okay, so there was no sign of a forced entry, and there was no medical, or the medical exam that they did on his partner did not support or suggest the partner's claims of being assaulted. So, and she was totally unharmed. In other words, she wasn't harmed at all. Now, she claimed that she was, abused. I can't say the words. I don't think YouTube will like it, but she claimed that they had a fiddle or something. But after the police medical examination, that's been proved wrong. So she wasn't. And the persons of interest who they are investigating now is obviously her, his partner, and her sibling, whether it be a brother or a sister, but her sibling, who apparently frequented the house very regular. So that's the update of that. And I think I remember watching, I think it was today or yesterday, I can't remember the day, it might have been yesterday. Brent from Brent's Tripping was saying it's very fishy. I mean, I'm not an investigator, I'm just telling you what I've read, but I think, Brent thought, this anyway. But, so that's who's been, and the reason I want to talk about this a little bit more is because, when I was in that first relationship, when I come to the Philippines with that woman, and I thought this a long time, even before this has happened, was nothing to do with this, but I'm just bringing it up, what I thought. And because of her husband being involved in the scam on me, now, could something, I'm not saying it would, but it's a possibility. Could something similar to this have happened to me? Whereas her, the ex that I was with, and her husband who was in on the scam, just a quick update of that, on a recap, not an update, a recap for you, for people that didn't watch that video. I bought a house here the first time in a subdivision, and this woman I was with, she had a couple of kids. I knew that. That was totally fine. I didn't mind. But bought the house, all the furniture, and she wanted a sari. We did a sari. People, I was green. Okay, at the time. I'm first to admit it. I was in the wrong. Well, not in the wrong, but it was my stupid mistake. And this guy kept coming round who said he was a cousin. Now, I didn't know these scams going in the Philippines. I was green behind the ears, people. I was green behind the ears. So I believed it. And this guy kept turning up, and he was the driver. So I've heard this is a classic case, what happens here. And he was driving us here, driving us there. And this guy was always around the house. And I'm thinking, this guy, he seems very, very close. Like this sibling on here of the partner of the person who's been shot in close to Dumaguete. And I'm thinking, could that have happened to me? Now, when I got out of that situation, because I thought, no, this is not right, I'm going. I was gone. I was like a ninja. I took my cases, now it's gone. But when I had friends, or the friends that I met in Dipolog, and they kind of knew this woman. Some of them knew, but they didn't want to say anything to me. But afterwards, when they got to know me a little bit more, and they knew this husband as well, and they said, you did exactly the right thing. Meaning, could that have happened to me? Now, there was a case, my wife told me this ages ago, again, before all this, in Dipolog, And it was in a pension house it happened. And what it was a gay foreigner and his gay Filipino partner. And they were staying in this pension house. And apparently what happened, the gay Filipino wanted money from the foreigner. And the foreigner said, no, I'm not giving you no more money. So there was a big ruckus. And the Filipino gay killed his boyfriend, the expat, killed him over money. So I don't think we've been targeted especially over here, like some people are suggesting. I think it's just money, isn't it? It's all to do with money. It's all to do with money. I think most of the robberies and things like that happen here, it's all to do with money, isn't it? Now, these kind of cases like this happen all over the world. It's not just here. It's all over the world. But I would imagine that this Dr. Carpenter who was killed, I would imagine he was a very wealthy guy. I would imagine because in Cebulan, which is where he was staying, it's got its own community, and apparently it's a very well-to-do area. So I would imagine that this guy had a lot of money, and this could have been the purpose. Well, it was definitely the purpose of it, wasn't it? They robbed him this, but if his wife or partner is involved, it's going to be a very quick case, isn't it? Because they've already got two people of interest, and this woman's just laid herself in it by saying she was assaulted and she wasn't, and she was totally unharmed. There was no breaking in the house, so they were obviously let in. And the sibling of the partner, So those are the two peoples of interest, and it's going to be one of those cases where it's probably going to be solved tomorrow or later today. So that's it, people. But as far as, because of the comments that we do get, and some of them are very valid comments about the Philippines being dangerous, and I'm going to say this just from me, okay? If I felt that I was in any danger here, I would be the first out of here. I would. I would be the first. I wouldn't hang around. If I felt, hold on a minute, there's something not right, your spider senses tingling, I wouldn't hang around. I would not hang around. So thanks for the concern, for my subscribers and followers, saying, take care, Stephen. But I think no matter where you are, you need to take care of yourself, especially a foreigner in a foreign country. We have to be more aware of our surroundings, and perhaps have your head on a swivel, definitely. But I think if I did in any way, shape or form feel that my life was threatened here, or I wasn't entirely comfortable with my own security, then I would be the first out. I would, honest to God. I would be the first out, and I would move my family out. We would go somewhere else. But fortunately, the people around here, they've been living here for generations and generations of the same families that live here. And there has been no robberies here, no burglaries, people don't steal from from anyone's house. And it's like, it's got its own neighbourhood watch here. Meaning, because, this particular barangay, everyone knows each other. They're probably doing every other barangay as well, but this one here, where many of the families have been here for generations, if a stranger comes through here, they would be the first to, who's that? Because they are malitis, they are very gossipy, and they would find out who this person was. It's like, there was a guy here once who'd come selling honey, and no one had ever seen him before. Well, it was two of them actually. It was two guys selling honey from the mountains, and the people here didn't trust him or them, and quite right too, because one of these guys stole a handbag, and anyway, they caught him and they beat the crap out of him. The local people here, they caught him in a field, running across a field with this person's handbag, and they beat the crap out of him. And that was a few years ago. So he has got his own kind of neighbourhood watch. And the police haven't been to visit us since these, and why would they? We aren't anywhere near where these two killings have took place. One was up in they're north of the Philippines in Rizal, and this one isn't too far from us, but it's on another island. But I'm sure if something like that happened anywhere in Mindanao, especially close to here, the police would have been here and they would just check on us, make sure we are safe. But my wife said, because every morning when I come back from the school, there's a checkpoint. And this has only happened since, I think, Monday. And it's Wednesday today. So yeah, today's been the third day. And we leave the school at 9:30 in the morning because my son's only in preschool. So I'm there from 8 until 9:30. And coming back, there's a checkpoint. And the checkpoint in the place where the checkpoint has been is far few in between, but it's been every day so far. So my wife's thinking, I bet that's because of that. I said, I don't think so, Mira. I don't think so. But you never know. It could be. But yeah, so that's that situation that I was in when I first, come to the Philippines with this ex-partner that I had. Her husband was involved in it. He was totally involved in the scam. And I was so naive and so green because I trusted everybody. I thought everyone was the same, and it's not the case, people. So you have to be well aware of your surroundings, and you have to be well aware of anywhere where you are, even if you're in your home country, because this thing happens not just here, it's everywhere. You hear reports of this, but it's only alleged, she hasn't been done or anything like that, but it's very fishy, isn't it? It's very fishy. She made a claim that was false, and she was unharmed. There was no signs of break-in, so she let them in probably, or they had a key. I don't know. But the poor man, though, the poor bloke. And he was well respected here in the Philippines, He was well respected, and apparently he was due to retire in September. But these things happen, people, We've got to take good care, look after ourselves, and no matter where we are, we're living in a day this day and age of, the world's unsettlements. The prices of things are increasing all over, so some people are becoming a bit more desperate. And desperate people would do perhaps things what they wouldn't ordinarily do if they got families to feed and things like that. But there is no need to take a person's life. Things like that. In my eyes. But that's just me. Anyway, people, I'm going to go because I'm rambling. I just thought I'd keep you updated on that. So, people, 2 persons of interest, which is the partner and a partner sibling, and that's it. So, I will keep you informed of whatever is happening if you don't already know. People, listen, have a great day. It's been rain today. It's been a lovely day. The rains have come. It's watered the trees. I'm so happy. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to go. So listen, whatever you're doing, do it well. And I'm over and out. And take good care and keep that head on the swivel, no matter where you are. Take good care, people. Thank you so much. Bye bye.